to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble avec toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready? When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Every morning, I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Every morning, I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing, so when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to this, I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Yeah. As far as I can. I can, yeah. My two hands in the air as far as I can. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. Yeah. Lift up my eyes to this, I'm blessed, oh man.
Of course, good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of You Voices. I am your host, Miss EDISA EUGENE, and of course, it is always a privilege to be back. Of course, I know I have been missed for a few days. It has been a little long while from last week, but we are back this afternoon with even more of an interesting discussion, and I'm hoping that you all will be stay tuned in with us this afternoon. And of course, to those of you on our Facebook platform, I'd like to welcome you. And again, I hope you are able to stay tuned in. And to you, our listening audience, by your radio, I say welcome to you as well. Of course, this afternoon is no different. As I mentioned, we have a very interesting young lady in studio with us this afternoon. And one thing I need to point out there, this young lady has been representing the women empowerment movement, right?
Yes.
So definitely you will be learning a lot more. So of course, with me in studio we have Miss Lovonne Mitchell, who is originally from the community of Choiseul. And so, of course, it's just our neighboring community, right? So,
Yeah.
with us, we have her in studio. So, again, welcome, Miss Mitchell.
Thank you, Edisa, and thank you, Sufre FM, for giving me this opportunity to be part of your program. I am honored to be here today, and I would like to thank the listeners and the viewers. Thank you and welcome.
Of course, that was Miss Mitchell just saying, um, thank you for having her. And of course, you could tell that she's a little nervous. But don't worry, we want her to know that she will be okay throughout it all. You know, we are here just to have a good time. Just ensure that you're comfortable. So take as many breaths as you need. So if you need to take a few deep breaths, let me know. Not a problem. But of course, our listening audience has been a great one. So of course, they will be very patient and interactive with you today.
Awesome.
Yes. So we're diving right into our conversation with Miss Mitchell this afternoon. Of course, on our flyer, you would have seen that she has many hats, I would say. But the main one really is the fact that she is the only female mortician and chauffeur on island right now. Now that's a whoop whoop. So I want to say congratulations to you, Miss Mitchell.
Thank you.
Because this is definitely different.
It is.
It is different.
It is.
So of course, how do you even feel about being the only female mortician and chauffeur on island?
Honestly, to a certain extent, it's like normal.
Okay.
I would say. I don't feel any difference or any particular way, or if I should say, there's no hype about it. It's like a normal job, honestly speaking. But with the norms of society, they tend to um, categorize almost everything. So they make this profession seem to be one of a male dominating profession.
Right.
And me being a female and being in that profession, that's what makes it so different. And um, how I would say it just makes it different.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, for me, it's normal. It's like a regular job. It's just that a female doing the role of a what we consider a male.
A male's job.
Right.
But what really kind of man do that a female can't, right? So of course
Exactly.
it is different to see that a female is actually representing in a male dominated
Dominated.
job, and of course again it is different to see that female glossed up, like you would even say,
Yes.
I would take of that mantle to become a mortician, and I am very much impressed. I am very much impressed with you, and again,
Thank
I
you.
want to tell you congratulations for even deciding to take that as your line of work.
Thank you very much.
And of course, Miss Michelle, I know a lot of persons are curious as to what really brought you to that point where you said, "Hey, I want to become a mortician."
Honestly speaking, it would be my father.
Okay.
Yes, my father has a vital part or a vital role to play in my career currently.
Okay.
My father is a pioneer mortician himself. He has been doing so for over 30 years. And I just aspire his drive and his motivation and the passion that he loved for his job. But how it started after leaving Sir Arthur Lewis, it was kind of like difficult for me to get a job.
Okay.
So I got the opportunity to work in my family business, that is Crick's Funeral Home, and I took the opportunity. And as much as it is taboo or it is different to work in a funeral home, I chose that as a opportunity, and I look at the bright side of it. First.
Okay, so we just understood that your line of work was really influenced by your dad, and it's very nice to see that a parent even having that impact on their child's future. And it's nice to see too that you never gave up even when you were unemployed. You
Yes.
decided to just start working with the family business, and so look at you now. You have come such a long way, and
Honestly,
Yeah.
it was never my career path.
okay.
I always visioned myself in an office, looking so pretty and stuff. I never visioned myself preparing a dead person, or should I say dead corpse. I never visioned myself in that profession, sorry.
No, I could definitely tell because I mean, if anyone is really looking and paying attention to you on our live on Facebook right now, they would definitely see that your eyebrows is done,
It
your eyelashes is popping out, and of course you're definitely just looking good, right?
Yes.
So definitely, who would have thought a pretty girl like this would even want to say, "Let me go and deal with some dead bodies today or tomorrow"? Like, why? And I think that's the mindset that a lot of persons have. It's like a nice girl like you that you want to do with yourself.
Yeah, I get these questions a lot.
Yeah. So again, here's another question though. What do you think the perception of society has been towards you being a female mortician?
Honestly, it's different, and it comes with good and bad with it. I think that some people see the good in it, and they look at it in a way that a lot of people might not look at it, and
You can take your time, just take your time.
so their perspective, it is positive.
Yeah.
I should say it is positive. Some people, most, one of my experience in that field is that a lot of people are afraid to approach me.
Why? I wonder
I
why.
think I don't know if they feel like maybe she's different or something, but honestly speaking, I would love if they approach me and stuff, and just have a conversation per se. But their perspective is different, and they kind of make you feel different when they see you in that profession, like
Yeah.
a female.
So overall, you're basically saying that the perception has really been positive and not much negativity would really come across.
Yeah,
And
especially.
I think I kind of get that message too, because seeing how much you've been involved.
Yes.
When you started, it's like I've been seeing you in a funeral after funeral after funeral, like you're
Yeah.
very much requested, I would say.
Yes.
Or do you get requested when persons actually want you to be their chauffeur?
Yes, I do all the time, and I think especially you see when we get like if we have a funeral, well, let's say a young lady or a female funeral, that
Yeah.
is, you tend that the people would prefer the female driver.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people believe in women empowerment, and I think that's
As
the
they should.
movement
As
a lot
they
of
should,
people
eh?
see with me being in that profession.
Of course, and that's excellent. And I want to big up all the ladies who have been representing, well, all of the families who have been even assisting and just being part of the whole female movement, ensuring
Yes.
that we're represented. So to those of you who maybe have a loved one who maybe is on their way out, consider consider contact.
That's a
Just
bit harsh.
reaching out to Crick's Funeral Home. You never know. I'm pretty sure we have great packages at Crick's Funeral Home, and of course you get to have a beautiful chauffeur. Why wouldn't you want a pretty girl driving your loved one around? You wouldn't want someone
I know.
else there. I mean, come on.
Your final ride.
Yeah, their final ride before they go wherever they're going. So I think that is something that you guys can consider, and it is nice again to see that you're just doing your thing.
I am.
And everyone is a little surprised. I am still in shock mood to
Yeah.
see that again such a pretty glossed up girl is taking on something like that. Now, of course, Miss Michelle, like I said, this is a profession that a lot of persons just wouldn't expect you to come into. So, when it comes to you being the only female at work now, what is it like? Just among your co-workers, your male co-workers, what is it like?
Honestly speaking, I have like the best work environment, I should say, and I work with we have like the best colleagues or the best staff members, great team members, I should say, and not once I would ever feel uncomfortable or I feel like less than what it is. But at work it's nice, because even having to prepare a body and stuff, and you would have to move it around, I would need assistance with that, and I wouldn't even have to ask for it. Before I could ask for it, it's already done.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice, and it is nice to see that they're even accepting you in that workplace, because
Yes.
a lot of males these days don't like when females are giving them that type of competition,
No,
and it is nice to see that your environment is just healthy.
It
when
is.
it comes to you being the only female and you're just surrounded by a group of males.
yes.
So of course, kudos to the males who accept that females can do the same things that they can.
Yes.
Because of course, we're representing, so why not allow us to
Yeah.
shine?
And at Quick Funeral Home, there's no competition, honestly speaking. Everybody's like a family.
Great.
Everybody's like a family. So if one person is lapsing, the other will,
People.
yeah, give you
Definitely.
that push,
Okay,
honestly
nice.
speaking.
Definitely. And so it is nice to see that Miss Michelle is just so comfortable. I'm pretty sure your nerves are going away right now.
Of course, they are.
Definitely. Of course. So to those of you just tuning in with us this afternoon, I have Miss Lovonne and Michelle, who is the only female mortician and chauffeur on island right now. And so I'm asking you to just remain tuned in to your voices as we continue to learn a little more about her occupation, and just something that she's doing that she actually loves. And of course, we do know that you are specialized in a few areas. Mind just sharing with us what are some of these areas?
Okay, so I am specialized in
I know the facial reconstruction.
yes, I
So
am.
let's just focus on this one for sure for now, right? So we know that she's specialized in facial reconstruction. So for persons who might not know what it is, of course, facial reconstruction, a perfect example could be if, for example, someone ends up in an accident and their face is in a mess and not appealing to the eyes in order to be put into a casket for the day of the funeral, she is able to fix that face up, you know,
Yes.
and make it look like something so that we all could view the body for the last time before going to their final resting place.
Yeah. I like to say I would prefer saying make the person look the way they looked before or prior to the accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So this is one of my strengths. Reconstructing, it's one of my strengths, and I take passion in doing so. Reason being, a lot of people, especially in accident cases, when people see their loved ones and what their face looks like, it's a bit traumatizing.
Right.
And not many people want to have that last impression or that last image of their loved one. So I try my best to kind of reverse that and bring it back to how it was before that.
Okay, and that seems like a lot of work, so I won't even really question that part.
It is.
But what is the whole process like? Do you think it is something that takes maybe, well, let me rephrase. Is it something that takes a very long period of time to complete?
It depends on how severe the
case.
the case is, and some cases takes like an hour, and some takes a lot more time. It has a lot of preparation
Okay.
to be done, and a lot of sculpting and mixing, so it does take a while.
Okay, and it is very nice to see that you two are even specialized in something of that sort, because I honestly didn't know that you guys could do that in the
Yes.
funeral home. So, for my own curiosity, which I'm pretty sure that a lot of persons might be saying, okay, so you could maybe do that for dead people, maybe you could help me, because, you know. So, for example, let's say I end up in an accident tomorrow, I'm alive. I know you deal mainly with the dead, but would you be able to do that with someone who's alive right now?
I can, but I think a lot of people wouldn't request that I do it for them because they might just think I will be using the
Same
equipment or same materials
And
from
even
the
we
funeral
can
home.
sanitize,
So,
right?
but there's a lot of ways now, especially with makeup. Makeup is used to enhance or contour or bring a diverse look or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you can use makeup to cover scars and stuff. You don't have to come to me to reconstruct.
No, I'm hoping I could reconstruct, and I'm not a fan of makeup, and I think I need to bring my nose a little higher and my mouth.
Oh my! You would have to go to a plastic surgeon to do so.
You know? But okay, it is nice again to see that you are even specialized in this area. And to those of you listening, of course, she would have just mentioned that she's able to just bring that face back to life, I would say.
Yes.
And of course, it is nice to see someone could just fix up your loved one to look good again just before you say your final goodbyes. And also, she also shared that she can do it with someone who is alive. However, you don't know that we as humans, we might think that she's using the same equipment, which I'm pretty sure would never be the case. However, of course, again, that is very nice that you are able to even do something like that. Because,
Yes.
yeah, who would have expected a female of your caliber to be doing something
know,
of that
right?
sort?
And you know, the fun fact about it is that I started at a tender age. I started at age 19.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait, I started at age 19 as a mortician?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over the years, my duties increased, so I started doing preparations, and now that I do more than just preparation.
Okay,
So-
so knowing that you started at a tender age, now
Yes.
you're sparking a lot of questions in my head.
Yes, and I'm in my 20s, just so you'll know.
No, but to me, you still have a little, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, so was there ever a time you would say you were shaken up by maybe some of the bodies? They were very scary or something of that sort? Knowing that you started at a tender age, I mean, 19 is actually young.
For I would say I never had that experience, and I would go back to my father being in that profession. At a tender age, we always were around these things. Like, my father would take us to work with him. We'd go to school on
No nightmares?
the dead van, to
Wow.
say some people call it a cobia or the
Yeah.
hearse. So my father would drop us to school on that. So it's like normal for me. So not once I've ever felt shaken or surprised by anything in the funeral home.
Okay, and of course, this is very surprising. I don't know if it's only me, but I'm saying to myself, girl, you started that at 19. Like, you okay?
And it's
Because
8 years, eh?
At 19 years, you know, for a 19-year-old, to them, that is not a job they might want to go into.
That's what I
And
said.
to see you actually went into it and you are still into it.
After
your
8
duties
years.
are increasing.
8
So
years.
that is definitely hilarious, and big up yourself, girl. Because
Thank you.
let me tell you, me at 19, I don't think that is what I would want to do. I'll be very honest, because of course, like you said earlier on, I would want to see myself in a little office with my
That's
little
what I
nails,
visioned, eh?
with my little nails, with my little eyebrows, you know. But of course, again, big up yourself, and it's very nice to see that you have continued. So of course, just before we take a little break, I see you have a few persons in the chat just saying hello. So I see we have T, Jojo, Tracy, Descartes. Hi, my favorite female Undertaker. We have Nikia Charles. She said my fave. I'm
Yes,
hoping that I'm
my
pronouncing the
cousin.
names right. Okay. We have Miss Crystal Francis.
Oh,
She
my
said,
sister.
oh, nice. She said, my favorite girl. We have Jones, Edward. there's-
Oh, my brother.
Oh, so we
I'm
have
sure-
our whole family reunion
Yeah.
in the chat.
Oh my God, my father must be watching me.
Then we have Vanessa Charles,
My cousin.
your cousin.
We have
Oh,
the whole
oh.
family, and not forgetting Creeks Funeral Home Limited,
I think
Castries,
it's
and
covered.
yeah, they're there. So
I believe they are, because I saw a comment.
Auntie Deborah, Kevin, Murray, Kaya, just to name a few.
Yes, nice. And I see we have
Mixer.
Teresa Stanford. She said beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
We have Miss Kaya Polion,
Yes,
just sending some love.
thank you.
Crystal Francis, not sure if I said. She said, you the best to do it. We love and appreciate you. T. Jojo and Tracy Descartes, she just said, next time I see you, I want to pick with you because I love you.
No problem.
Teresa Stanford, she said, you are an exemplary woman of class, charisma, and charm.
Well, thank you. I hear these
Words?
yeah, those 3 words all the time.
Nice.
All
and
the time. I get
CCC.
those.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
CCC. I get that all the time.
Class, charisma, and charm. So when you go into
Yeah.
your day, remember that you have class, you have that charisma, and you have that charm.
Thank you.
Right. We have Nikia Charles saying again, growing and glowing sis. Teresa Sanford coming in again to just remind you that she is proud of you. I mean, the chat is filled with so much love. And you said Crystal is your sister.
Yes, Crystal is my sister.
Yeah, I could tell because Crystal is here, and she said, "Big up Chris Funeral Home for giving her the opportunity to showcase her talent. Check them out on Facebook, Chris Funeral Home Limited. Give them a call today." Wow, a whole lot.
Why is she hijacking my interview?
She said, "Give them a call today at 452-2780 day and at night 452-4674." So of course she just gave us a whole commercial. So,
why is she hijacking my interview? But I want to say I want to just thank my mother. She's listening for sure. So I just want to thank my mom.
Hey, nice.
Yes.
Nice. And of course, as I said, you have so many persons that are just sending in extra love. Those who are saying you are creative and innovative in your profession, love. You are a blessing and inspiration to many St. Lucians. Continue to set the trend and map of high calling, my love. Talented and passionate. Support is real. You are highly esteemed, my love. And of course, like I told you, it looks like you have a lot of love in the chat. So you definitely need to keep on doing what you're doing. Because if you were to give up today, I'm pretty sure a lot of persons would be disappointed. And of course, to those of you again just joining us this afternoon, I have with me in studio Miss Lovonne Mitchell, who is from the community of Schwozel. And of course, if you have been paying attention to social media, you would have seen her as Undertaker.
Heaven's cosmetologist, that is.
Pardon?
Heaven's cosmetologist. I like to refer myself.
Heaven's cosmetologist. Okay.
Yeah.
So I prefer that. The whole Undertaker right there. Okay. Okay. So we're learning a little more while we're going along as well. Huh?
I like this name. It's kind of chic.
It's kind of
chic.
Oh, chic. Okay.
Yeah. Heaven's
so what
cosmetologist.
Do we call it for the rest of the afternoon? Undertaker or Miss Mitchell?
Heaven's cosmetologist.
Okay.
Whichever one you prefer.
Heavens. Okay. So of course, so you just joining us this afternoon. We have Heaven's cosmetologist, right?
Yeah.
In studio with us, in the person of Miss Lovonne Mitchell, hailing from the community of Schwozel. And so she is the only mortician, well, female mortician that is, and chauffeur on island right now. So of course, there is so much that we have been learning so far, and yes, there is more to come. So I'm asking you all to just stay tuned in to your voices, and we will be right back.
Jack Credit Cooperative Society Limited wishes to inform its members and the general public of its new and more convenient opening hours effective Monday 1st August 2022. Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We look forward to your continued patronage and to providing you with our usual quality service.
Ooh la la! It's time to shop new arrivals only available at Quartz. Be the first to get great deals on our brand new selections of living and dining room sets, appliances and electronics, smart devices and much more. Or get ready for Christmas and shop our brand new selection of holiday decorations and accessories. Plus, shop today and save $400 on a 30-inch Mabe stove. Need a new mattress? Get our all-night Premier Queen mattress at only $1,199. And don't forget to stop by and grab a TCL 32-inch TV for as low as $799. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing for 30 days. Shop in-store or online at shopquartz.com. Conditions apply. Ooh la la. These are deals you don't want to miss. Quartz, bringing value home.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone ça là. Mi an ti komisyon ki kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui poué ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout zouti ou ka servi pas vini moins ki 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Ça, c'était en commission hors Lucilec.
where I'm coming from. I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to this. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air, as far as I can. Yeah. As far as I can. I can. Yeah. My two hands in the air, as far as I can.
Of course, we are back, and thank you all for staying tuned in to Youth Voices. And yes, we are continuing with our guest this afternoon, Miss Mitchell, Heaven's cosmetologist. I want to make sure that I get it right, you know?
Yes, you did.
Yes, so we have Heaven's cosmetologist in studio, and we're continuing with our discussion. So far we've understood that her line of work was really inspired by her dad, and she has been doing it from a very tender age. And she mentioned that she really started at the age of 19, and her duties have just been getting what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, she has been getting more responsibilities as
That's
a
right.
female and everything. So it is very nice to see. Of course, she's the only female mortician and chauffeur on Ireland right now, which is something I will continue to highlight as we go through
I recognize.
today's show. And of course, we're continuing. We've heard this afternoon, she also mentioned that she specializes in facial reconstruction, and it is nice that she's able to just bring the faces of our loved ones back to life when something goes wrong. And so, I have a very interesting question. I recently went to a funeral, and for some reason, I don't know why the person would have made that statement, and I'm sorry if you're listening right now and you were the one who said it. But the person said, why the body sweating? So in my mind, I'm like, sweating to it. Maybe it's just the eyes that melting your chest.
Defrosted.
Yeah, right. So, do you guys put the body out prior to the funeral day, or is it done on the exact day?
Well, it depends on which fridge, I should say, because you know there's like the fridge which does a great job, and there's a
Go on.
it all depends on the fridge, but in that case, yes, we normally do so. In some cases we don't have to.
Okay.
Preparation is done the day of the funeral, but in that instance, if the body is defrosting, or you notice that some people call it sweating, it would have to do with the body still in that process of defrosting. But it's not a concern issue, and it's normal. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And thank you so much for clearing that up. And you also mentioned that you guys really do preparation day on the day of the funeral.
Yes, we
so
do.
preparation meaning the dressing of the body as well.
Yes.
The dressing of the body, for my curiosity, is it a difficult process where, I know basically you cannot really move the body.
No.
So
it is not a difficult process. It's easy because you have the help. You have help. So to dress a body, it would require 2 persons.
okay.
And it's just a matter of twist and turn, and just adjusting. You do a lot of adjusting and stuff with the preparation. So it's done. It's honestly, it's, for me, I see it as how we get ready on the mornings.
Right. Okay.
The only thing is, like I would say, you're not doing it for yourself, somebody else is doing it for you.
Okay, nice. And again, thank you so much for clearing that up, because many times I see so many persons come with suits and stuff for their loved ones. And I'm like, how do people put in all that? Because
We have specific
yeah.
techniques that I cannot disclose,
Yes.
but we have specific techniques and we use different techniques to get those garments on.
very nice.
Yeah.
And of course, you guys always make them look beautiful. And big up Creeks. I want to big up Creeks though.
Please and thanks.
Yeah, big up Creeks Funeral Home. Now I know there is this perception, especially in the southern part of the island, where Creeks is actually a cheap brand. Well, a cheap, not as bougie as the rest. But a lot of persons don't.
Not
Yeah.
not with Heaven's cosmetology.
Yes, now that's the
body.
thing. I think a lot of persons need to try and change that, perspective because.
I think with that, I think it has to do with us not being too established in the south.
Okay.
Our branch in Riverdore has we recently opened. It's like over 6 years, I should say, and I think it just has to do with us not being too established. And with my movements and management movements, we're getting there.
Yeah.
So you will be seeing Creek Funeral Home a lot more in Soufrière.
Yeah, we have been seeing them bigger.
Yes, and not only in Soufrière but in the south.
Very nice.
So I think it just has to do with us not having a clientele in the
As
south
yet.
as yet.
Okay.
But we get in there, and our work, our services and whatnot we provide is a lot different
Thanks for
from
pointing
the
that
other
out.
funeral home.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yes, once you have Heaven's cosmetologist on board, you should know what I'm talking about.
Right. And of course, thank you again for pointing that out, that Creek's Funeral Home. A lot of persons might be wondering, but why is Creek's Funeral Home? First of all, as she mentioned, it's in Riverdore. So,
Choiseul.
if you know where Marcy Stores is, it's just lower down. You look on your left, you see a big pink house. That's what I'll call it. A big
Yes.
pink house, basically.
You cannot miss it.
And you will see the sign, Creek's Funeral Home. So if by chance you maybe want to switch, can we do that though? Switch from one home to the another?
Yes, you can. We
Oh, so look, I'm
your
giving you
wish,
directions.
our command. So, because you get cases where people from the south die in Castries and the family wants the body transported to the southern branch.
Wow.
Yes, that can be accommodated.
Nice.
We accommodate people in situations like that.
Nice. So of course, again, this is where we go ahead marketing the Creek's Funeral Home. So to those of you who may want to do a little transfer, feel free to call Creek's Funeral Home. And I think, let me go back to the number that Crystal gave us.
4522 780 and 456474. Did
Yeah.
I get it correct?
So, okay, so by day, we have 452-2780, and in the night, 452-4674. Right, so if you're trying to do a transfer of your loved one from one place to the next, feel free to do so. Why not give them the ride of their life? Give them the proper treatment. And
Yes.
Creek's Funeral Home will definitely guarantee you that. And something I realized that you guys have been doing though, I've been seeing so many decorated caskets, coffins,
Personalized.
and
Yes.
and that is, oh my gosh, beautiful. And I think beautiful is even underrated. That's
It
not
is.
the right word.
It
That's
is.
not. But I really want to say that you guys have been doing a very great job when it comes to ensuring that these things look good.
Yes, because our concern is our concern is about the families and what they want, mainly what the deceased would have wanted. So the casket or the coffin or the whole funeral service is personalized for the deceased. So for instance, I like glam. I would love a lot of bling, and don't forget my wigs and stuff.
Why?
So I would love if they do something that's extra for me.
Okay.
Some people love Chelsea, so we customize the coffin or the caskets in that theme for them.
Yes.
We also provide the easel service. We provide a sticker of your loved one on the back of the hearse.
Okay.
That's like a big advertisement there. A lot of people like it because they get to take photos in the back of the hearse with that picture of their loved one on there.
Okay.
And we, even with the interior as well, we had this lady, she was very much into Creole, or should I say craft.
Yeah.
And the interior of that coffin was the mattress itself.
Nice.
So, and the outside of it was wrapped in a straw basket film.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And this is very much interesting. This part is very much interesting. Are you one of those who assist with ensuring that these caskets look good?
Well, that is done in with the management team.
Okay.
That's the office, the staff in the office.
Okay, nice.
They would do so. And not forgetting our graphic designer,
Okay.
Nickel Gustav. He's a pioneer himself in that field.
Okay.
So with the help of Nixter, he always seemed to pull it off. I don't know how. Just tell him the theme and that's all. He would
Okay.
just give you
So
on
I'm
the
guessing
day.
anytime I'm ready. Well, let me not say I'm ready.
God forbid.
I can always just put an ask for Nickel.
Yes.
And I want him to be the one to take care of that design.
Yes.
Okay. So I won't be disappointed. Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.
I want to emphasize on our flowered hearse here
Mm-hmm.
because we have the only flowered hearse in St. Lucia.
Flowered
We have
hearse.
the only female mortician
Mhm.
and hearse chauffeur. We also have the only flowered hearse in St. Lucia.
Big
So, a lot of people tend to use flowers or they receive flowers as a. I could go ahead.
Mhm.
Right. So a lot of people tend to give flowers as a form of
Love.
as a form of love to say. So with the flower hearse, rather than having it stored on a vehicle or on the hearse, you can rent, well, not rent I should say, but it's part of the package.
Okay.
So, well, only if you request. So you would get that as well, and you would have the flower hearse in front, accompanied by the hearse itself.
Now, you have a lot of big things going on at Crick's Funeral Home.
Yeah,
So I get to.
We believe in diversity.
That
So
is
we
very
try to
good.
take the funeral service or the funeral to another level, I should say, and make it more about the deceased. Some people love music, so we even arrange for a music van or music car.
Okay.
So you get that as well.
You're giving me a lot of ideas. I will start to jot down some of the things that I'll need from Crick's Funeral Home when it's my turn.
Yes.
Because my loved ones need to ensure that it's well organized. Because if it's not, I'm coming back.
Yeah, it's like a celebration of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer seeing people celebrating their life of a loved one rather than having to
Cry.
cry.
Right.
I would say more or less tears of joy. So yeah.
Just ensuring that everything is the best that it
Yes.
could be.
And
So-
with Crick's Funeral Home as well, you know, when most times what I experience with families when they come into the funeral home, they when they see their loved ones, I don't know, like most times they tears it gets hold back. So did you get goosebumps?
Yeah.
Yes. So and what I would hear them saying is that the body just looks so much at peace.
Yeah.
And they expected the person to look different, and the person looks the same, and it's like they're just sleeping. And I think that alone kind of like helps with the grieving process. Yeah.
Very good. And of course, it is nice to see that persons even ensure that they go all out for their loved one.
Yes.
And it is nice to see that Crick's Funeral Home is able to cater all of the services that we need to ensure that our loved one has the time of their life. Well, not so much
The
of a
final.
life. Yeah. Yeah. And it is nice to see that You know, you guys are just different. Who would have thought? I mean, everybody's just giving you badges and corsages, and you're giving us a whole flower. It's like, what?
Let me tell you that the corsages and the badges are included in the package, also the leaflets, but we tend to take it up a notch.
Nice.
Yes.
As you should. Ensure that you'll
Yes.
stand out always, eh? From now on, I think Crick's Funeral Home is the home to be. Because, so, of course, to those of you just tuning in, of course, I am here with Heaven's cosmetologist, Miss Lovonne Mitchell. Most of you might see her on social media as Undertaker. And so I'm asking you to just remain tuned in. We are learning so much from her so far. And she's here representing her workplace.
Crick's Funeral Home.
Right.
And
Crick's Funeral Home.
let's not forget, the owner of Crick's Funeral Home is a woman herself.
Wow.
Yes, so the whole movement is women.
Yeah. So, wow,
But,
the women are
yes.
really representing.
So
So it is nice. And big up to the owner.
yes, Deborah Crick.
Right. Big up, big up, big up. So now I am going to give you a few minutes to go ahead and big up all those that you believe needs to be bigged up right now.
Oh, so I would just like to say a special thanks to my mentor
Nice.
or my coach for always believing me and believing in me and always pushing me. I want to say special thanks to the viewers and the listeners, and not forgetting all the fans and all the love that I'm getting on social media and in person. I want to say special thanks to my friends, my family, my father, Hammond Mitchell, my mother, Benedicta, my sisters, my brothers, my friends, Nikia, my cousin, Nikel, Gustav, also known as Nixter. He always wants me to remember him in everything. So
next up.
yes, Nixter, I would say plays a very important part or important role in everything that's happening for me today.
Okay.
He saw potential and he saw it on a different
Level.
right, and he really pushed for me to go viral with my career. And I would just like to thank him. I would like to thank the management and staff of Crick's Funeral Home, Auntie Deborah, and the office staff, Marie, Kevin, Kaya, Ed, Fat Boy, Melvin, the drivers. Not forgetting the drivers, because they're very important. I'm sorry I took the shine.
Yeah.
But they're still part of the team. And just thanks to everyone. I really appreciate the love and the support. It really does goes a long way, and thank you again.
Nice.
Thank you, Super FM, for having me.
Okay, definitely not a problem. Definitely not a problem. And of course, you are always welcome to be back on the show. Just ensuring that you continue to do what you're doing. Just don't
will.
disappoint us. Of course, we are here to
won't.
support you anytime. And feel free to reach out as well. And so, just before, of course, we are coming down with time, we have a few minutes left. I want you to just go ahead and just sell Crick's Funeral Home to our listeners. Let them know what you guys offer and how you could be contacted.
Okay, so Crick's Funeral Home, we offer a lot of, our packages are, they vary. So our cheapest package starts from 3,000, and it goes up. It depends on the casket, or it depends on the coffin,
Right.
and stuff. Our packages, once you pay for a package, everything that is included in the package, you will receive it. So when you pay for a package, you do get the corsages, the frame photo, the badge, the leaflet. It comes with preparation, storage, her service, and that's just to name a few.
Right.
But the packages itself, it's we enhance on it. and we getting better, and we developing it even more. So the package also includes, well, only if you request there, the easel service. That's the big photo. Yeah, you have in the entrance of the church. And I want to say, with Quick Funeral Home, when it comes to making funeral arrangements, everything can be done at the funeral home. It's like a one-stop shop.
Nice.
So when you come to make your arrangements, once you have all the required documents, you could just leave it in the hands of the staff, and everything will be done according to what the family requests.
Right.
Yeah. So the telephone number for cashiers, that is 4522780, and the other number is 4524674. Our Southern branch is 4599212, and the HEARSE service, let me just emphasize on that, it's free, storage is free, and preparation is free. It's all part of the package.
Nice. Excellent.
Yes.
And of course, to our listeners, you just learned a little more about Crick's Funeral Home, and I'm hoping that to some of you who had this old perspective that Crick's is just some cheap home who doesn't offer quality, trust me, you have not seen anything.
Yes.
So I'm asking you to go ahead and follow them on the social media platforms at Crick's Funeral Home Limited
on Facebook.
Yes.
And we also have an email address at Crick's Funeral Home Ltd .south, and we have Crick's Funeral Home Limited at gmail.com. I was gonna say something.
Take your time.
Yes.
Take your time.
Moving on.
Yeah.
When it comes, I will.
Not a problem.
Recite.
But of course, as I said, we're coming down with time, and she just told you a little more about Crick's Funeral Home. So you do know that they are located both in the north and in the south. She gave you the line numbers as to how they can be reached, shared with you some of the services that they offer, and I'm hoping that you all are satisfied and you will be contacting Crick's Funeral Home when in need of service for your loved one. And of course, we are done with about 5 minutes. So with that, what would your advice be to any young female who might want to go into your profession?
I think you would have to be spiritually strong. Honestly, if you were to go in this field, it entails, well, the spiritual aspect of it. You have to have that. Like, you have to be strong-minded, and not only strong-minded, but you have to be brave. Remember, you're dealing with not dead people, but you're dealing with a dead body.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I hate to say that word, but yeah. And you come across different things in that profession, and if you're willing to take up this career, go right ahead. But ensure that you're mentally prepared. It has a lot of it entails a lot of emotions, I should say. Remember, you're dealing with grieving families, and
Right.
a lot of the stories are, almost every story is different, especially cases where people say that they just spoke to their loved one, and they get in a call that the person is dead. So and it all depends on the way the person died and
Right.
stuff. So you have to be mentally prepared. But it's a different field it's a different work environment as well.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's challenging sometimes. Like, I have non-traditional working hours. I work Sunday to Sunday. I work early in the mornings, and but it's honestly it's a good feel. You also provide counseling, or you kind of like console the family.
Nice.
So you meet a lot of people as well, but anybody who's willing to join this career, I think they should. It's different. If you believe in diversity, or if you believe in being different, or being outstanding, you should.
Nice.
You
And
should.
thank you so much, Lovonne, for sharing that. And to you, our females, of course, you just heard it from our only female mortician and chauffeur on island. So I'm hoping you would have taken in her words of advice and just, wrap your head around it, ensuring that you too just think about it if you wish to go into that career path. And of course, we are done with time, so I want to take some time to just thank our guest this afternoon, Miss Lovonne Mitchell, who is also known as Heaven's Cosmetologist, again also known as Undertaker. So, of course, it was a privilege to have you in studio with me.
Don't forget to follow my page on Instagram.
Yes.
It's Undertake Her, as in UNTER full stop TAKE full stop HER. Undertake Her.
Okay.
So I post a lot of content of my day-to-day movements, so you can catch me on there.
Very nice. And of course, with me following Miss Undertaker, I'm telling you, you will see the side that is a mortician, and then you'll see the fashion side, you'll see a model side, you'll see all kind of sides. So ensure that you follow her on Instagram, as she told you, at Undertaker. And again, thank you so much for joining us in studio today. It was definitely a pleasure to have you. And I just want you to remember that you are doing great in your field, and I want you to just continue to do what you are doing, because you are inspiring not only me but others around you that you may not even know about. So of course, again, thank you, and keep on doing what you do.
Thank you again, and thank you, Sufra FM, for giving me this opportunity to be part of your program. It really does mean a lot to me, and I love the fact that I get to share my journey with the public.
Nice.
Thank you again.
Not a problem. And of course, to you, our listeners and our viewers on our Facebook platform, I want to say a huge thank you to you too for staying tuned in to your voices today. And of course, as you know, I am your host, Miss EDISA EUGENE. It was a pleasure being here this afternoon, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss EDISA EUGENE, where we